Hey guys, what's up? It's Delicia Cigar Vixen, and today I've pulled out this very special treat from my humidor that I've been aging for close to a year. I actually got this in Puerto Rico when I was visiting the Cigar House, and by the way, if you are ever in Puerto Rico, you have to stop there. It's like phenomenal lounge. It's in Old San Juan, and they have like this amazing humidor with all kinds of hidden treasures, really unique cigars that you can't find everywhere. This was one of them that I picked up when we were out there. This is the L40. This is part of the Único series from Drew Estate, and it's a really good lancero, very different in the flavor profile that it does have. So to give you a little bit of a breakdown on the blend, the size of course is a 7x40. Now traditional Cuban lanceros are about a 7.5x38, so this one they went a little bit bigger by doing the 40 ring gauge, and so that's why, hence the name, the L40. So that's where it comes from. Now the wrapper itself is from the Connecticut Valley. It's a stock cut and a Habano, sun-grown Habano wrapper. And then of course the binder is a Brazilian Matafina with Nicaraguan filler. Of course it's made at the Drew Estate factory in Nicaragua, which I'm preparing to go visit there in less than a month, so I'm super excited about that. And those of you that are joining me on my trip, you're going to be in for a real treat. So we're going to do the whole tour and stay at the hotel, smoke plenty of Drew Estate cigars, and much more. So that all being said, I'm going to go ahead and get this little baby lit up. And it's funny because I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing me say how much I love lanceros, but I'm going to say it again, like I'm a huge lancero fan. It's just my favorite vitola to smoke, and this one, like I said, it's a little bit of a unique flavor profile, which I really enjoy. And ironically enough, Steve Saka, when he was creating the blend, took a little while to make this one because apparently he's not really a lancero guy, so kind of funny, but I'm sure glad that he created it because I enjoy it. All that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing toasted and lit up. And it just has a beautiful wrapper, just a beautiful dark, light oil sheen on it. Real treat to look at. Looks like a little candy bar. Right away it has such a rich flavor. God, it's so good. It's instantly creamy. It leaves like a creamy residue on the palate. You have a nice amount of an earthiness with a nice sweetness as well, almost like a chocolatey sweetness, but just really good. These are just a phenomenal line of cigars. Now, in case you're newer to cigars or you're not like a super cigar nerd like I am, and maybe you hear like the Liga Privada names floating around, there's a Dirty Rat, there's a Flying Pig, there's all kinds of fun little names, but just in case you're not as familiar with them, they started really with being made. Liga Privada itself means like a private label or private blend, and really the idea behind that was to create a cigar for Steve Saka, who was kind of looking for like an everyday cigar that he could smoke, at the factory that's just for him. And of course the first one to come out was the number 9, and that was back in, I believe, either 05 or 06, right in the beginning of 06 maybe it came out. But that was the number 9, and that one did phenomenally well, as it still does. After that, the T52 came out, slightly different. So you have some people that you'll meet that's always like the question, like, oh, you're a Liga Privada fan, so are you a number 9 or are you a T52? So it's very personal preference. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just what you like. And then of course they had like all these blends, so they started doing these small batch, this Único series, and these of course are again like a smaller batch line of cigars, different sizes, really fun names, all different flavors, and really, really cool. I had the opportunity recently to smoke the A, which is something that you can't buy. It's given out normally at events, at Drew Estate events, or in conjunction with like a box purchase of some sort. that one, I mean, absolutely phenomenal cigar. I wish I would have been very disciplined and just brought it home with me so I could do a review, but I was out at an event and Jonathan was actually there, and so he cut it and lit it, and it was just too good to put down, too good to try and save. I had to smoke it then, which the A, of course, is like I think it's about a 9-inch cigar, huge, but just a great smoke. And again, all of them are just very unique in their own flavors and their own blends. So gonna smoke this down a little bit more, and I will definitely check back in with you shortly to let you know how the flavors are. So getting into the second third, as you can hopefully see, just like all the other ligas, this is true to form with it being an amazing little smoke bomb. Just a beautiful line of smoke that's coming out, a really inviting aroma, nice and rich, just a wonderful cigar. And just when I finished the first third, I started to introduce a pairing of choice, which is kind of a rum coffee that I just threw together. What's in it is, well, normally when I'm at home and I drink coffee, I make a little, a blend, I guess you could say. So I brew a cup of black coffee, I add a teaspoon of organic coconut oil and a couple drops of organic vanilla extract, and I throw it in my blender for like 30 seconds, and it makes kind of like a latte, but without all the sugar and the cream. Being somewhat health conscious, that's how I like to drink my coffee. So with that, I decided to throw in a little bit of some Flor de Caña rum because, you know, why not? Let's get the party started, right? So that being said, those flavors have really just matched perfectly with the flavors of this cigar. Now, this cigar doesn't need to be paired with anything to enjoy it. It's definitely can stand alone. You can drink a cup of water with it and you're totally fine. The flavors that I was getting off the first third had a lot of coffee notes, a little bit of an earthiness element to it, as well as just a subtle sweetness. Not a lot of pepper. You can definitely get a hint of it, but it's very subtle. So I thought, of course, with, you know, making a cup of coffee and adding the little bit of the rum attributes to it with the sweetness, it has just really enhanced the flavoring and really just complements very well. So in case you're looking for something different, a little bit of fun, and you're a coffee drinker and you're a rum fan, it's a great way to just try something a little bit different. So why not, right? That being said, I'm going to continue to smoke this down and drink my little coffee concoction and check back in with you with the flavors shortly. So coming into the last third here, flavor-wise, you know, it has transitioned a little bit, especially, you know, again for a lancero, it's a nice change. So it's gone from having, you know, prominent earthy notes and cocos and a little bit of that coffee element to it, to towards this last, I'd say after about halfway through the second third and on, it's really developed a little bit more of a spiciness to it, more along the lines of a cinnamon to a very light black pepper spice. Definitely not a strong spiciness, but it's really come through and dominated on the flavors at this point. It still does have some of the chocolate notes to it, but really just a tasty cigar. I enjoy it, but again, I'm a big fan of the Lancero, so I urge you always to try it for yourself if you can get your hands on it. This is, again, a very special cigar, and you know, in comparison to some of the others, this one, the price point is about $13 or so, so it's still a pretty affordable stick, if you could find it. So I urge you to try it out, and curious to hear your thoughts on it. You know, what's your favorite liga? That's always like the special question. So leave your comments and be sure to check back in shortly. Thanks always for watching, and I hope you have a great day.